morning, Clement and Michel. Lovely to see you. You're obviously the founders of Foodles, and Foodles has obviously come into London. So I suppose my first question is, why London? Why are you coming to London now?
Hello, I'm Clement, and Michael is joining us. Yes, why London? That's a good question. Thank you for this question. I would say because maybe London is a big city, not that far from Paris, even if you need to take the train to go there. There is a huge density of buildings, and we like the fact that with just one big warehouse, you could reach the whole London area. So for us, it was a tactical play which involved practicity for us, and the fact that as London is a big city, you can test on a large scale. And also because we like London and the way people eat there. So we think our concept could be interesting in that city.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. Michael?
Hello, yes. So I am Michael. I am the other founder of Foodles. I think London is very interesting for us because it's also the city where was born Just Eat, Deliveroo. So it's a huge place to go where you found when you have found a food tech. And I think for our investors, for the customers we have in France, it's very important to go to London and to show that the concept is also working in the UK market.
Yeah, not only in France, but also in the UK. That's true. For us, it's a proof of market, which is a bit different than what we've done so far in the old France area.
Now, Foodles was founded in 2015, if I'm correct.
Yep.
And you obviously built a good base in Paris. Do you want to just say a bit about what your vision was for Foodles and how it came about?
So at the time, in France, there were mainly Deliveroo and Just Eat, which were basically operating B2C deliveries. And at the time with Michael, we tried to analyze the B2B market, which was mainly addressed by traditional canteen players such as Sodexo, Compass, Elior. And we felt like this value proposition for a B2B, for a company, was a bit broken because you need to pay a lot in order to set up a traditional canteen. And then to operate it on a monthly basis, it's like a huge amount of money. And at the end of the day, the quality of the food and the diversity was not that great. So basically, we tried to replicate the three main key success factors of canteens, which are basically low price for the employees, diversity in terms of choice of food, plus the fact that you're on site. So we tried to replicate those three main key success factors with a more flexible concept. And at the end of this reflection, we ended up with a digital canteen, which was basically connected fridges that we install inside the cafeteria, and that we can refill every day on a daily basis with full-time drivers that refill the fridge with ultra quality fresh food. So that's what the way we try to approach the concept. So we tried with this idea without any technology at first, and then we develop it and we adjust the concept in terms of pricing, in terms of diversity, and in terms of food offering.
Michael.
Yes, I think Clement say the history about Foodles, but also plus, the food we bring inside the company is also the canteen part is very important in France because it's also about the link that a canteen bring to the employees and the fact that they spend time together inside the company, and this link is also very important, and that's why we think about Clement that it's very important for a company to offer a food solution for their employees. And because a professional kitchen costs a lot of it's an important investment. Too few companies offer this kind of solution, and we thought that was a shame, and that's why we invented the Foodles concept.
Understand that. And interestingly, I think what I found very surprising is that your two of the core markets is obviously the corporate world, but also hotels. Hotels have reacted really well. Do you want to explain why?
I mean, it's not only hotels, because what surprised us at first that, okay, the traditional companies was eager to incline to test and to pay for services. But we also found that there was other verticals that was very interested in what we do. One of them was the hotel, because when you've got an hotel, you need to feed your employee on a daily basis if you want them to be productive and to have like a quality of life at work. And in fact, it's very hard to provide like a 24/7 food solution when you are in a hotel, because you need to feed your staff all the time because you've got big shifts. And actually, our concept is very good at offering this flexible part of services. So we tried with one hotel, which found it very interesting. Then they spoke to another one, etc., etc. And now we have approximately 40 or 50 hotels that use our solution. So in fact, it's the practicality and the fact that we also provide like quality food, because when you are in a palace, you need to provide like high standard in terms of food offering, and we provide them with this quality and this flexibility. So that's why it was such a success with this industry.
Interesting.
Exactly. And it was not the same success 7 years ago, because when we started with Clement, we target only the corporate and businesses. But as Clement says, the 24/7, the fact that we follow the consumption in real time, we are able to refill the fridge in a proper way to be sure that every staff inside the hotel will find a meal they like whenever they want.
I think if we just go back to your product, because actually I found a very good quote from you, Michael, about what makes your concept original is the fact that you put a connected fridge right at the center, so people can help themselves as and when, that freedom constantly to be able to access. Is that fair?
Yes, exactly. And we monitor everything in real time. So we are able to refill the fridge exactly with the good dishes, because we personalize, and that's a very important thing in the concept. We are able to put dishes the employee like, so we don't have the same offer in all our clients, and we are able to personalize the offer.
And the other thing which I read about is that you actually employ all your delivery people because you're very conscious of the issues in other companies. Is that fair?
Yes, exactly. It's very important for us. So we have a full-time job delivery because actually we go every day to our clients. That's very important. So we are able to make shifts that start at 5 a.m. in the morning until noon. It's not like a B2C service. When you order, you want to get your delivery right now. In the Foodles service, you don't order. We refill the fridge, so we are able to make shift on a 7 hours per day. So the Foodles concept is able with a full-time job in terms of delivery.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clement.
And in terms of economics, we can afford having some full-time employees. So compared to Deliveroo or a company like this, which employs freelancers, as we've get like a sustainable and a real business model which is efficient, we are able to operate with full-time drivers, full-time prep guys, and everybody, in fact, at Foodles is hire on a full-time basis. So that's what we like with our concept. In terms of CSR, having full-time employees is very important, but also we also do many things on regard of this aspect. We also do like reusable jars, etc., etc. So we try to have like a positive impact on society, and that's important for us, and which it's one of our focus.
And that's also very important in terms of the quality of the service we offer to the customers, the hotels, the businesses, but also to the end user customers. Because every time it's going to be the same drivers that go to the same companies, so they can create a link also. And that's very important in terms of the quality of the service we offer to our customers.
Interesting. Now, interestingly, that you talk about Deliveroo and Just Eat quite a lot. Do you see them as your natural competition, or do you see the kind of Eliors and Sodexos and Compasses as your competition?
In fact, Deliveroo, Just Eat are not real competitors. I mean, we're not saying they are bad companies or not efficient. They are mainly B2C competitors, and we tend to replace those actors in the business areas, because in France or in London, we tend to replace like those drivers that come to the office every 10 minutes at peak hours. So when you get Foodles, you get only one delivery guy that comes in the morning to feed the whole office. So you're much more efficient in terms of environmental issue. And plus, as we come every day with full-time drivers, we also we are able to replace the renewable jars. So for us, they are not real competitors. They inspired us in terms of, I mean, they are very technology efficient. They offer a large variety in terms of food. So they were one source of our inspiration, but our model is very different, and we tend to be like very B2B focused. And as for them, it's not their main focus.
No, I understand that. Michael?
Exactly. And a traditional canteen is a place where you go and you know you will find something to eat. That's what we try to do with Foodles. And with a Deliveroo or Just Eat, you need to order, you need to wait at least 30 minutes to get your meal. And that's not what we are trying to do. And that's not what a company wants when they want to pay a canteen for their employees. They want to create a place where they meet, where your employees eat together, and with a Foodles service, they can do so.
Oh, interesting. And I know one of the things you pride yourself on is the lack of food waste as well. You can reduce food waste quite considerably by the way you measure and control the product. Is that fair?
Exactly. Yes, it's because we monitor everything in real time, so we know exactly how many meals retain and stay in a fridge. So with those data, we can adjust and refill the fridges in the proper way.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clement, please.
No, I mean, compared to traditional canteen, we tend to have lower waste, and that's one of our focus, because we don't want to. I mean, with the algorithm, we just want to lower this rate, and for us, it's important not only economically but also in terms of perspective. We don't want to throw away like food. So it's one of our mission in terms of spiritual mission.
One of the really impressive pieces as well about you is you raised over 42 million euros from investors since you founded, I think. Is that fair?
Yes.
What is it? Why? Yeah, so investors obviously see great potential in the model. What kind of feedback support are you getting?
I mean, we raised 42 million euros so far, and the idea is we really want to replace the traditional corporate canteen market, which is big. Just only in France, it's approximately 12 billion euros a year. In Europe, is a bit more than 30 billion euros. So it's a huge market, which now is not addressed by new players, because we always speak about Deliveroo, Just Eat, HelloFresh, etc. But these models are only B2C play. Okay, the B2B market is very different. In terms of standards, it's much more complicated. In terms of the way you address your client, the follow-up you need to do. I mean, it's very different, and we really want to be part of this new model and to export the digital canteen market we created. And the investors like the way that we have like a strong and sustainable business model with very, very low churn. And the fact that we are very innovative. We don't have that many competitors in Europe, only one in Switzerland. And so we want to be the first to push this model abroad. And we are the only European player with this know-how. And the fact that we know how to sell, we know we have the technology, we develop ourselves, which is patent, and logistically, and on the food aspect, we know how to operate and to do this. So all these barriers to entries, we manage them, and we think we are on the best position to achieve this market growth in Europe. So that's why investors invested this amount of money in us.
Oh, interesting. Michael?
Exactly. And I think we have shown that the company love the Foodles service and also the end user, because in Foodles, we have a very low churn. That means that in a food solution, the hardest thing to do is to maintain the usage in time. But our first customers in France that are Vente Privée and Bouygues Immobilier, I think they signed with us in 2016. They are still with us right now, and the level of consumption are still the same. That means that we try to keep the employee happy about the solution we provide to them. And I think that was a very important thing to show to the investors.
Yeah, no, I understand that. It's going to be a fascinating time, isn't it? We should, in theory, should play to you. In London, the big concerns is obviously about the return to work.
Yes.
I think that obviously, we're averaging, as I speak, about 55% of people coming back to offices, which makes the traditional model harder, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
And it's varying all the time. And the other piece, of course, is we're facing massive food inflation, which I think is averaging anything between 14 and 18% this year. So actually having those controls, it should, as you as a disruptor, open the door, shouldn't it? Because you can provide a service when people are concerned about their financial models.
Yeah, that's an important point. So back to work is a great thing for us, but actually there's still many people that are working at home, and this won't change in a certain amount of percentage, because people tend to like it, and companies like the fact that they can rent less spaces. So that's in a way that could be a threat to us, but in the other way, as an employer, you need to get perks for your employees, to get them reasons to come back to the office. Foodles can be seen as another perks in the office, which can offer an improved quality of life at work. And as you said, with inflation, you'll pay biggest amount of biggest prices for your lunch at work, and with that you can maintain this price point, and maybe this could be another advantage you give to your employee with Foodles.
Exactly, and with Foodles, it's also more flexible for the company. You can have less employee on Monday, more on Tuesday. We will adapt the way we refill the fridges, and that's something that like the companies, the flexibility we offer.
And to add another point is that with Foodles, you buy a turnkey food solution services. So you don't need to take like a lot of time to order for your employees, or you don't have like back office stuff, etc. You can have with other models, especially with the canteen traditional, which is a bit time consuming for everybody. With Foodles, you pay a monthly fee for the service, and then you're sure to have like the right amount of food at the office at the right time for breakfast, lunch, even for dinner sometimes. So it's just like an easy way to provide nice services for your employee.
Now, let's give listeners a understanding of the scale of your business. How many sites do you have at the moment? How many people, how many clients are you serving?
In France, we have more than 200 clients. we serve approximately 10,000 meals per day. And I think we have more than 30,000 end user customers.
With 200 employees operating the service on a daily basis in France. And in London is actually 10 people right now. And by the end of the year, it's going to be between 20 to 30 people.
Good. Well, congratulations on that.
We already also signed our first client in London. So
congratulations.
We are not going to say the name, but that's also a good milestone and a great thing for us.
No, I think you do very well. I think it's absolutely apt for this moment in time. Can we talk a bit about both of you? How did you come together originally and found the business?
So basically, we tried, we worked in two different, we were not working in the same company at all, but we had different problems. As for me, I was creating a B2C website for ordering food delivery. So I was confronted with the fact that it was very hard to launch B2C food services at the time because customer cost acquisition was very high and delivery was there, Just Eat was there. So I tried to understand the B2B market, and Michael on his side was doing
I was doing a B2C services, and that's where I noticed that it's very hard to enter a B2C market without funds. I am a food lover, so we met Clement and we mixed our vision, and we decided to do something on the B2B part. We knew the growth was slowly when you enter a B2B market, but it's more, it's better in time. Yes.
So the vision we had at that time was we knew the B2C version of this delivery B2C marketplace was a bit broken in terms of economics, efficiency. And we were online on the fact that we needed to create like a B2B concept. And at this time, we tried different way to approach this market. And finally, we picked the best of the canteen industry, and we picked the best of this B2C concept in terms of technology, food offer, etc., to create the digital canteen we spoke about. So this was that vision at the time that aligned us on the concept and made the project alive.
No, very interesting. So in this journey so far, which is obviously 7 years, what surprised you the most as you've gone through the journey, Miles?
I think the different type of the customers we have. As Clement said, because we started 7 years ago, but we address only the corporate business. But now we see that Foodles, it's a great solution for the public sector, hostel, industrial, logistics, and that's I think that was a great thing to see on the French market.
I see Michael speak about the diversity of clients we have. I mean, when I just look back at what we've done since 7 years, I'm just amazed by the fact that we started with nothing, no technology. And we know we have like a very complex and very beautiful connected patent fridge with a crazy technology in terms of back office, real-time consumption, and with 200 people. So the fact that we managed to create a new concept, which was not inspired by nothing at the time. I mean, no exact same competitors. I mean, the fact that we managed to convince first client to operate the canteen with connected fridges. It was crazy. I mean, at the time people said, no, I will never put that fridge in. I will never replace my canteen with your fridge. It's impossible. And then with the first client we get, he just realized that it was much better than what we had before. It was cost effective, less expensive. And at the end, the customers ate better food. So now it's amazing. We create a service which is a win-win for everybody. The company pays less, the service is more flexible, and at the end of the day, the customer gets better quality. So that's win-win services we created is amazing for me. And that's the real success we get with Foodles, creating this win-win for everybody.
I think on that note, look, may I wish you say thank you for your time today, and wish you every success in London.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot.